again, everyone. I've got an Arsenal legend next to me.
I won't go that far. I'm more of invisible rather than invincible. I'm with George. Make sure you watch What You Call It podcast.
You heard. Hello and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. It is actually being recorded on Valentine's Day, so for those that are celebrating this event, happy Valentine's Day to you. I may or may not be, but I hope you all got a card if you want one. If you don't like it, I hope you all have a good night drinking. But anyway, enough of the mushy crap. Today's guest is the toxic bitch, her words, not mine, queen of the Crimson Mask, a Jersey girl. Please give up for Lexi Luxx. Also, there's a few other monikers I really want to go through before we start doing the actual interview because it enstains me. The satanic goth bitch. She makes good choices. Kitty mama. And the last one is 5 feet of fucked up.
That's me.
Is there any that I missed out, by the way, just before we start chatting away?
Sounds perfectly fine to me.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on. How you doing today? You all good?
I'm good. I've been very lazy today because it's my first day on vacation from my actual job. So
Nice.
I've been very lazy. Yeah.
No, good. Thank you then for giving your time on your day off, first day off on your vacation.
Of course.
That means a lot. I may or may not be working. Well, who knows? But when my son comes
pleasure.
out, they won't know. So it's all good. Shout out to my job. Love you. Cool. So this is awesome. Also, by the way, you should get all that in the t-shirt, one of the monikers. I think if you can fit all of that on there, I'd happily wear an Essex myself. But you know, just marketing.
Yeah, it's a very interesting mixture of things.
I mean, it might not sell well at the family shows, but I think you'll get a good audience for it.
Yeah, probably.
Like a 5-year-old, like, Mommy, I want this one. Just
like, please, no, my daughter, please
just
no.
take the photo and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat's made an appearance. You did give me a warning about.
Yeah, here's Poe.
Ah.
He does this. He's
How old is he?
He is turning 5. I've had him since he was a baby when I worked at a shelter.
Aww.
Home with me, and he is attention whore. He will be in everything if he can, with his butt preferably.
I was gonna say I might make the thumbnail for this episode.
Yeah, I mean he has to be a part. Like
it's flicking. I can see it already. That's gonna distract me a little bit, but that's cool. As I was saying, I prefer cats. I just think cats are better personality. And it's gonna be some dog lovers in the comments like fuck this show. I'm sorry, don't mind dogs, all right? No, that's cool. I want to rewind the clocks, and because I know you from wrestling, I want to discover what actually got you into wrestling in the first place.
Well, I mean, when I was growing up in America, my dad did watch some wrestling, but I wasn't really watching with him. It was mostly me falling asleep while he was watching it and always hearing the let's get ready to rumble and all that.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Sweden because my mom is Swedish, and we moved back here. And I got in with a crowd of friends who was watching indie wrestling that we had in our town. So I went and I loved it. And then I started working the merch table. And I realized I really don't want to be at this table. I kind of want to be the one in the ring beating people up because it just seemed more like me, you know? So I started training, and here I am now, and I've done matches in a few different countries, and now I'm no longer at the merch into it. And I started before I started had my debut and did an actual match. I was a manager for a while in DPW. I was managing Schenkenberry, a German wrestler who is mostly in WXW now. So that's how I started out, pretty much.
Awesome. Gonna decipher that a little bit, break it down. And when you were getting into wrestling, the independent scene, who were some of your favorites? Who are the ones that you'd always find time to watch?
I actually really didn't start watching wrestling a lot until I actually started training.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, I used to be in the punk scene here. And basically, we would just go to these shows to drink beer and watch people fight in tiny clothes.
That
And
sounds like wrestling.
yeah. And it kind of like I just I don't know, I wanted to be, and then when I started training, then I started watching, and then it was mostly WWE and
Mhm.
AEW. I prefer AEW actually because it feels more authentic in a way. I mean, I
Yeah.
know wrestling is wrestling, but like didn't
Mm.
have like all the big flashing names and crazy crowds when I first started watching, so it was kind of fun to see it build up.
No, that's cool. I don't mind AW. I mean, I'm not going to rant too much about it, but I think I've kind of fallen out of love with it since like the whole CM Punk stuff. I
Yeah.
don't think it's necessarily been quite the same in terms. I think the booking's a bit all over the place. I think the women's division still needs a bit better attention and development. I mean, it's still time. It's still growing. It's been what 3 years, and for every bad show you do get, you always get like, at least that great match that makes it
Yeah.
worthwhile. It kind of makes up for it. So I'm still paying attention to it. I'm still giving it time, but at the moment I've kind of gone back to W. There's a period I just couldn't. I couldn't watch it. I find it just unwatchable. But
Yeah.
since Triple H took over, but this is me just being a mark and a fanboy.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the training. So where is it that you began your training?
I began in Halmstad Wrestling, where the town I'm in, but it does not exist anymore.
Okay.
It's dead and gone. So I am basically traveling 2 hours by train at least twice a week to train in Malmö, where I train with SWS or Svensk Wrestling Syd. And they welcomed me with open arms, and I absolutely love them. They're like family to me, and the training is amazing.
That's commitment, right? Like every week,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
man,
I've skyrocketed with my like with getting bookings after I start training with them.
mm.
So I really don't think Hubsta did me much except for getting my foot into it.
No, that's fair. I want to ask, how did you end up in Luke Sharp's dojo? How did you get associated with CCW?
Well, like we kind of work together with them in Svensk Wrestling Syd.
Hmm.
So we've had Chris over for seminars. Like he's had in-ring seminars, and then I've done the online seminars with him. And I just ended up there. And then he wanted me to get booked in one of the CCW shows because I like hardcore matches and death matches, and I'm not afraid to
Yeah.
bleed.
I will
So
get into I
yeah,
do see you've got passion for death matches, but I will touch on that
I
in
do.
a bit.
So that's pretty much how I got into it. Like I got to meet him through SWS
Mhm.
when he got bookings there, and he is he is a character. Great person, great
Yeah,
wrestler.
I really
I
like him. I had him on
I
very
always
early
have
on, episode 8, I think. Really like him.
I always get in a good mood when he's around, so he knows how to make cheer you up.
How was the actual like the training and stuff with him? Like, how was he as a coach? I know you just mentioned him as a
Oh, he's an
person, but
amazing coach.
yeah,
He's an amazing coach. Like he may be all like fun and games and stuff, but when it's like down to the training, he really
he'll
knows what
switch
he's
off. He
doing.
can get yeah.
Oh yeah. And I learned so much from him and his both online seminars that he has with different wrestlers and his
Hmm.
in-ring seminars. He's really good as a trainer. It's just a shame that he's in Scotland, so I can't train with him more often.
Uh, yeah, no, but I like the fact that he sort of brings his brand out of Scotland, and the fact that he travels and he's got a good reputation. I had one of his students on who you have wrestled, I believe wrestled, and Ruby Roberts.
Oh yes.
Actually, no, tell me about Ruby Roberts, the basic bitch slayer. Great nickname. Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like Nick Manical
Well,
would get better these days. But yeah, tell me how she was to work with and how she is as a
she was
person.
she was great. She was great. It was really funny to try to put us together in a match because I am not very basic. So we use that against each other. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm anything but basic, blah 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 blah. And she's a great person in person. Like we had a great time. We both kept talking about the first time we had our match, the venue we were in, there was no toilets backstage, so we both had to pee really bad. And we just decided together
I
that
love
if
that.
one
So
of
you
us,
just used the word "we" as well. Just great.
yeah, like we decided that if one of us pees in the ring, we both will start peeing. We will just pee together in solidarity.
So grim.
So that was our conversation backstage,
So
and then
just
we
to,
went in.
just the conclusion for the story. That didn't happen, did it?
No, we
Okay.
actually held it. It was good, but we were ready so we wouldn't get like one of us would have to be super embarrassed. It would be like if one of us started peeing, we just both start and just then we'd both take the fall for that.
I mean, some of the greats have done it. CM Punk shit himself.
Yeah. So I mean, why not do it together and then you don't have to be as embarrassed.
Imagine the crowd. This is awesome.
Yeah. So no, I love her. She's great and fun to work with, even though our match was kind of chaotic because yeah, it was hardcore.
Ah, hardcore, hardcore.
She broke my nose.
But I bet you like hugged out afterwards. She was just like, "Thank you,
Oh
that was an honor."
no, it was like because she broke my nose and I was supposed to take a bump there, and I was
Oh,
so stunned. I was so stunned that my nose just broke. Like the whole like audience heard it crack.
oh,
So I just stood there. I'm like, what? But she was very like quick to be like putting me into the corner and making sure I'm okay and I
yeah,
can
oh,
continue.
right, yeah, yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, hell yeah, we're doing this. I'm like, I'm not letting a stupid broken nose ruin my first hardcore
Broke your
match.
nose.
It's fine. We're all fine. And it was great, like backstage. And she was really like, it was fun to work with her because she liked my ideas to make it even more like gnarly, I guess.
Mm.
Because I asked her, I'm just like, are you afraid of my blood? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, because I do get my blood tested. And she's like, okay, but I'm not afraid of it. I'm like, okay, because then I have a great idea for you.
You got like a list. Okay.
Yeah, and then she's like, hit me pretty much. And I'm like, yeah, so when I start bleeding and I'm in the ring again, you should just grab me, like grab blood from my forehead and do war paint on yourself with my blood.
I love it.
And she's like, okay. So she did. And then she like didn't wash it off. So we're like, after the show, I was like having a beer and whatnot, which I probably shouldn't have because it turned out I had a concussion also.
Broken nose, concussion, bleeding everywhere. Yeah, a pint of Foster's, please.
It sounds like a really fun time to me, I guess. But no, we were just she still had my blood on her face and we're just like, yep. And people don't expect that from two women.
Mm.
So it was
See,
fun.
I mean, as a wrestling fan and a host of a wrestling podcast, and you've been a wrestler, we can laugh about this and I find this positively
Yeah.
great. If we play this clip to someone that didn't have a clue about wrestling, a bit, like they'll be fucking mortified.
Yeah, I my work was mortified when I came to work the week after with two black guys that were massive and my nose was crooked and I had like a cut right there and then they're just like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
I can imagine like smiling away when you tell them the story of what happened. It's like, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's my babe.
now because of those stories, some of my coworkers are a little bit afraid of me.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because I'm a manager, so it's good that they're afraid of me.
Fucking hell. Imagine you're trying to tell someone off, like, just like yeah, can you?
Yep. Yep.
That's quality. Oh,
Um,
my manager, he wouldn't get into that. Well, no, he's got a soft spot for wrestling. I'll give him a shout out, but I don't think they ever get in the ring. I've tried it once and it just wasn't for me. That's
it's for
awesome.
everybody. Don't be a little pussy.
Ah, I am a little bit of a bitch. Like, oh god, now
It's
I just want to get in the ring now. It's like, all right, isn't off now.
yeah, I'm like I'm gonna be like pushing you here, and you're like, I gotta prove it
Honestly,
wrong.
I've tried it, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've been confident. Don't beat yourself down. Man up. Oh, nah, fuck that. I've tried it. Not for me. There's another person you've been in the ring with, friend of the show. Regina Rosendale,
Yes.
the pioneer of Finnish wrestling. How was she?
Yes.
I can
She's
imagine not
great.
as bloody to work with. Or am I wrong?
No, no. I have both worked against her as a baby face in Body Slam
Hmm.
in a tag match, and I have also worked beside her because we are in a type of stipulation in Stockholm. The Satanists, pretty much. We're
Oh, I
a
forgot she
Satan.
was in. Oh, what's it? The Black
Yeah.
Magic. And yeah, I actually spoke to
Yeah,
her.
so we have like the satanic cult shit going on up there. So we work together there. But working with her in the ring, she's very like safe. It's very
Mm,
easy. Like I like when you can like feel what's going on and you can feel it with her,
hmm.
but it's nothing that like harms you at all.
Yeah.
Very professional. And she's a great girl.
Nah, she's cool. I've enjoyed interviewing her, and I think I really like her work as well. But I think Ruth Roberts is good as well. I'm a fan of you as well. But no, but just all three of you good guests as well. But no,
Yep.
so I'm still laughing about the being a manager and just being blooded up and just like, yeah, go back to work. It's like,
Yep. Yep.
uh,
That's me. That's how I am as a manager.
no, that's pretty ace. I like that. Hardcore wrestling. I know we just touched on it. I know you've got a fascination for it. I want to know
Mhm.
what about hardcore wrestling and death matches and the blood itself. What about it all appeals to you so
So
much that you have to incorporate it?
So first of all, it looks badass
Hmm.
and it feels badass, and you get the most insane adrenaline like rush from it, like
Yeah.
ever. And this is I always feel very like a very strange person when I say this, but I am a strange person, but I really like blood. Like I love blood. Uh I think blood is very beautiful.
Is that why you like AEW then? Because it's like every week there.
There's a lot of blood and I like that. I just think that blood is great and it makes you like it gives you a reminder that you're alive when you bleed
Hmm.
because if you're dead, you won't be bleeding. I'm sorry, but get stiff.
Well, you're not
So
wrong.
I'm not wrong. And then I do like the like if you're we're gonna be all like mushy and gushy, like how there's a lot of hate in this world with racism, homophobia, and all that. We all bleed the same color red.
It's true. That is true.
So I'm fascinated by blood, and it's very odd, but it's my favorite color. Blood red is
I'm
my favorite
surprised it's not
color.
green because I was green quite. I can see it's quite themed to
Yeah,
your attire.
I do like lime green and black together. It looks really cool. It looks really
Mm.
villainy and toxic and stuff. But the green really came from me with a unnamed person because we're gonna bash that person a little bit.
Go for it.
Not letting me have my creativity and saying that you can't wear this color because that wrestler wears that color.
Yeah.
You can't have your gear like this because that wrestler like red and black would be what I would probably go for because oh, excuse that, my speaker just turned off in the background. But
Shit confusing. Is that
I
continue?
forgot it was on. But red and black, a lot of wrestlers have that, but I wasn't allowed to. I had to find something like original. And
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to have pink either, which is good because I don't really like pink, but actually that's a lie. I love pink, but people can't know that
So
I
do I.
love
I
pink.
was actually going to wear
I have to
a
be
pink jumper
cool
for the
and
interview
goth,
as
you
well,
know.
but I forgot to iron it. I was going to wear it. But I love pink. It's great. Pink's on my eyes. It's great.
Yeah. But so that's how it became. And then I just like ended up really loving it because I got
Mm.
compared to Beetlejuice, I got compared to Shigo from Kim Possible, and I'm just like, yeah, I can roll with this.
Kim Possible. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
But
reference
like
now.
Shigo, she's the amazing goth villain. She has black lipstick and
Yeah,
green
no,
eyes.
no, I'm not saying bad thing. That's going back a bit of reference. Well done, Kim
Yeah.
Possible. First time it's been mentioned on What You Call It podcast in nearly 150 episodes. Continue.
Yay. I did something. So no, I stuck with the green. But yeah, blood red is my like ultimate favorite color. That's why I have like the tips of my hair are blood red.
Hmm.
And I just like red, but yeah, the green is also up there and one of my favorites. But then it has to be really like a neon green.
When someone does finish this interview, they can actually go on your Instagram, which I will promote at the end. And there's I think there's like a few photos of you just covered in blood. So if you want to see if you want to see the toxic bitch in her photos, in her glory, to put it actually, in her proudest moment, just go on Instagram after this interview and you can see you might be in shock, you might think it's awesome. But I was just like, I'm gonna have her on. This is cool.
It's awesome.
I thought it was pretty cool. I want to go back to sort of take a few steps back. Your debut match, the first ever wrestling match that you ever had. I want to know if you had any family or friends there because it's become a bit of a theme on the show where people do have some funny stories about their first ever match. It might have been in a rumble, they might have had their mum and dad, cousins, friends, whoever. I want to hear about your story. How did it go? How did you find out? And overall, when you look back, do you look back with fondest memories?
Well, my first debut match, I had nobody there. It was in Gothenburg, and it was against the unnamed person.
Ah, right. Okay.
uh, and it was obviously super fun. I was so excited, but he kind of made it not fun. Uh,
Uh,
he chopped me until my skin broke, and it was because he thought I needed to learn. And that wasn't really fun. The fun matches I started getting into was more
mm.
with SWS.
Let's
We
talk
did a
about
lot.
the fun matches. I mean, far as I'm
Yeah,
a person, I mean, or
fun
chops in
matches.
general, I think they're horrible. I think a lot of them look like shit anyway. But I mean, some people love them, adore
Yeah,
them. I'm on the fence about them. But let's bring the mood up. Let's talk about some fun matches. I'm going to assume you've bled in them as well.
yeah, of course, of course. Obviously, the hardcore one is up there. That was like that is one when I had my best guy friend and also my tattoo artist.
Hmm.
He was there, and so was my other guy friend watching, and I do remember that my trainer and the other wrestler, they were like, shit, when my nose broke. And the one guy was just like looking terrified. And there we had my best friend and tattoo artist with the biggest smile on his face. Like he had never seen anything better in his life. And he still talks
Just
about
proud of
that.
you.
Like,
Like loads of people were mortified,
yeah,
horrified. It's just like, friend.
yeah, yeah. And my mom, she watches all like she doesn't travel with me obviously because I'm mostly in Stockholm or Malmö, and like a trip. But she's
Mhm.
my biggest fan, so she will be watching every live stream from Stockholm from her
Will
couch.
she be watching this interview?
So she supports
Any chance she'll be
Yeah, of
watching this
course she
interview?
will.
Gets in. Shout out to
Yeah,
your mother.
she
Uh,
will. Hi, mom.
to the mother of the queen of the.
Of
Wouldn't she
mean.
technically? She could be the queen. Shout out to
No,
you.
she's my biggest supporter. Of course,
Mm.
she doesn't really like the hardcore matches because I'm her little baby, getting all bloodied up and stuff.
Understandable. She's your mum. Most mums
Yeah,
like
but
that.
she still supports me and she shares all my stuff when I like put something out and
Oh,
she's just like I was in the newspaper here. I had like a 4-page spread and she went all out and bought like 10 copies.
that's cute though. I like
And she's like, I
that.
have to send it to all your family and friends.
So how she talks.
And she has been to some wrestling like shows when she's been to Malmö and
Mm,
seen me and
that's pretty
she
cool.
knows I'm a heel, but she has a really hard time booing for me.
That's my daughter. I fucking
Yeah,
better.
my sister has no issue. She will be screaming. She'll be like, "Go home, Lexi. Nobody wants you here anyway," and stuff. And my mom's like, "I love you, baby."
See you at the family dinner. Just
Yeah, pretty much.
get some plasters, all right?
I'm
Make
actually,
sure that.
I'm actually having family Valentine's dinner with them after this. So,
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be good. I mean, you can play this. This will be out on
yeah,
Valentine's Day, by the way. So it's all good. You can maybe play this cheap plug, just to get the views up. No, I'm joking. You can. I hope you do have a nice
yeah.
time though. And maybe say about your dad actually being a fan of wrestling. Has he watched you wrestle
hmm
from the States?
My dad died 6 years. My dad died about 6 years ago. So
Shit, sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. He unfortunately never got to see me wrestle, but I know if he would be at every show, and he would boo me. Oh, he would rip me to pieces.
Yeah,
But I know, like, even though I'm a Satanist and stuff, he's somewhere proud, probably. And
yeah.
I make sure that in almost all my matches I have, when I tape my wrists with my green tape, I have his initials on it.
That's
So
awesome.
he's kind of part of it.
Nah, cool. That you always just keep them in your memories. And I
Yeah.
did. I'm sorry, I didn't actually know. I do apologize.
No, no, it's
Um,
it's fine. It's fine. He would have absolutely loved it.
yeah.
My mom always says that he's like, oh my God, your dad. He would be obsessed with this. He would think it's hilarious that his
No,
youngest, smallest daughter is doing this.
no, that's pretty cool. Have you? I want to ask because I know you've wrestled in Sweden, Denmark as well, haven't you? And
Yeah.
Scotland. But I
No,
want to
actually
know.
not Scotland yet.
So you're not actually wrestled in Scotland yet?
No, just in Denmark for CCW.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it's in the talks. I met Chrissy this Saturday in Malmö, and we were talking about possibly getting me to Scotland.
Uh-huh. Any plans that you can reveal, or any hints, maybe, if you can?
Yes. I got a booking, and my mom is gonna hate me because it's a hardcore match in none less than Poland for PPW in Warsaw.
Nice, nice. I mean, good
So
though.
that
It's good. That's quite cool though. Like for you to be, already kind of like wrestling in other countries. What other countries would you like to wrestle in, if you can pick just a few top of your head?
I want to go to England.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends there. Like one of my closest friends is Dan Evans, and he's based a lot in England and comes here a lot.
Hmm.
And of course, I'd want to wrestle back in the States where I'm from because I mean, who wouldn't want to wrestle back home? Uh,
Jersey.
yeah,
It's a Jersey thing. Don't worry.
trust me. I just want to travel to get beat up. It's fine. We're fine.
You're okay.
Everything's fine. So yeah, of course, Germany. I would absolutely love to
I've
wrestle.
heard it's awesome. I've not been. I've been there
Yeah,
for football and stuff, like more than once, but WXW and just other companies,
yeah,
just the atmosphere, they love their wrestling.
yeah. WXW is like a goal.
Yeah.
Like you always have your goals for places, and also a big goal, but that's like a big goal, and probably nowhere near where I am at my career right now, and that would be ICW.
I mean, I don't see why not.
I think I need some more training because I don't know. I feel like they're really good there. So,
Hmm.
and they are
Great
also in.
company. Yeah. I mean, that's actually where I discovered Looking Sharp from. Lukin. I always say Lukin Sharp, but Lukin Sharp. I don't know. I always
Liu
just call
King
him Chris.
Sharp.
Just call him Chris.
Chrissy, Liu King Sharp, Louis
Yeah.
Boy.
Nah, he's cool. He's cool. But I mean, that's how I know him from. And I think, just they're still going. Pretty strong company. It's just they're so unique, so different, aren't
Yeah.
they? Just they have their identity.
Yeah.
If you could pick, I hadn't asked this question for a while. It's a fun question. It doesn't have to be wrestling related. So kind of like, opens up your options. If you could pick 3 dream dinner guests for your dream dinner party, past or present, fictional, non-fictional, anyone. Think outside the box if you want to. You're the host. You're going to be sitting down with them. 3 guests. Give me a reason as to why you want them there as well.
Okay, so this I might get heat for because we're in 2023 and we have the cancel culture, but
Who's going to be?
so Johnny Depp, my lifetime, like I've loved him since I was a child. My first
I
email
mean, proving it was cleared, wasn't he? So
yeah, and my first email address was like I love Jack Sparrow 1998. So that was my first email address. So of course he'd have to be at the table. And then wrestling related, I'd probably actually have Angelina Love because she's one of my biggest inspirations in the
big
ring.
up to the beautiful people. Love them.
Yes, yes, me too. And I take a lot of inspo from her. And then this is probably a not so popular opinion, but I'd still probably do Marilyn Manson because I absolutely love his music, and I even have him
Yeah.
tattooed on my arm.
That is a pretty sick tattoo, to be fair. I like that.
Yeah. And I just feel like he's so messed up in his brain. Like I've read his biography. I would just want to sit and listen and be like,
Tell me more.
yeah. I mean, I've read the biography and just like the first chapter, I'm like, oh, what? Like, and it takes a lot to shock me. He shocks me. I mean, he is a
I
shock rock.
I like his music, but as a person, I think it's a bit all over the place. But just I said, cancel culture's a bit. Here's what it is. I try not to get into it too much. I think people cancel over nothing these days. There's some situations I just stay out of, but I think some people just kind of just go overboard of it. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, there was one guy I would totally have because I want to marry this person, and that would be Darby Allin. Darby Allin.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'd marry him.
I like Darby Allin.
We could do couples hardcore matches.
I did actually tweet about him the other day. So one thing I love about his matches, it feels like a fight.
Yeah.
Just a challenge, and just like it's like I don't know, like Wolverine against the Hulk. Some matches, I think he's fucking awesome. But Darby Allin, if you're listening, you've got a proposal waiting for you.
I will propose to you if I have to.
There you go, Darby. Not me, Darby. I mean, if you want to take me instead, Darby, that's fine.
No. I will. Oh, I know. I have the best idea. If you want him, we can wrestle for it in the ring.
No, I'm good. Ah, my neck.
I think I win there.
I'm coming down with COVID. All right, I'll find out. You win automatically. DQ. All right, no contest. So the actual party itself would be Marilyn Manson, Johnny Depp, and I just forgot Darby Allin. No, not Darby Allin.
Angelina Love.
That's the one. Angelina Love for the beautiful people, and Darby Allin if you want to make an appearance. So Lexi Luxx can actually propose to you. That would be pretty good. I like it. Never had that before. Proposal and Kim Possible.
Yeah, I mean, I like making new stuff over here, and I also have like
in my head now.
I also have like no filter because I have bipolar disorder, so I just say whatever I want to.
No, I think it's been a great chat. Like I've really enjoyed it. It's just like sometimes it's good to like just have a fun chat, not just. I try to make this feel like a job interview. It's like, who's your favorite wrestler? Who's your favorite match? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You can do get some interviews like that.
Yeah, probably scarred in 5 years from all the blade jobs.
But you know, like Abdullah the Butcher or something like with all the.
Yeah.
Do you have like a specific spot where you do blade? Since I've heard it
Yeah,
before.
right here. I do it in my hairline because then my hair covers it.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say.
you sweat a lot in your hair, so you do the blade job in your hairline, and then the
Mhm.
sweat mixes and it just drips.
Ah, a little trick there. I like it. My hair's not right at the moment, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Just do a little. I mean, some people do their poke and twist. I just do I cut it. I just do a little. Doot, doot,
Oh,
doot.
just knowing that, just the pressure. I remember. Do you remember seeing Eddie Guerrero's blade?
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, the match itself is phenomenal. I love it. Judgment Day 2004. I'm a nerd, JBL. But oh my god, he's just like barbaric, and he actually passed out at the end because after the match. But oh my god, sometimes I think
Yeah,
blood wrestling is so cool when it's done right.
I
But
know.
AEW does go overboard sometimes. But
Yeah. No, I had no issue doing blade jobs. I used to be a cutter when I
what?
was
So the
young.
person that they would ask, so you actually.
Yeah, I literally cut my whole body open. I have scars all over. Um,
Oh no,
the-
sorry. I thought you meant. Sorry. I thought you meant when you'd be in the ring with someone, you would cut them. That's
no,
what I thought you meant.
I'm
Sorry.
a nice person, probably.
I thought I was talking to.
Probably.
I thought I was talking to New Jack. Then New Jack's come back.
Yeah, no, I am New Jack. I am reincarnated. No, I blade jobs weren't hard because I used to be a self-harmer, but wrestling helped me stop
Yeah,
that. So because yeah, wrestling it hurts, so I don't need to hurt myself anymore.
I respect that. That's a good. That's kind of a good place to go out. I mean, I appreciate the fact that you're being open in this chat. It's really nice to hear, and I think listeners will genuinely appreciate that as well. I feel like in wrestling as well, like mental health. I think we're sort of going a bit of a
Yeah,
better way.
I do that. Yeah, in my interviews that I do in the papers, one of the main reasons they interviews me is not for being a wrestler, it is for
Mm,
being a mental health advocate because I'm very open with struggling with like bipolar disorder, depression,
hmm
self-harm, eating disorders, and make a very big point that if there's a small child listening and thinking I'm cool, scars are not cool.
There you go.
And
Everything else about it's cool. Not scars.
no, it's just take care of yourselves and go to therapy. Therapy is
Yeah,
it's a godsend, really. Therapy is amazing.
I just tend to
People
find
gotta stop being shy.
talking about it's quite good. I mean, I've done like an episode of mental health before, and I'm not. I'll be open about it. I've got like a happy tattoo there and a rope just to sort of hang on, as you can see there.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think I like when people are open about it, but some people just everyone's different with what goes up there, unfortunately.
yeah. Some people are not ready,
Nah,
and that's fine.
yeah, that's it. Everyone takes the time. It's just you don't want it to be too late. That's the main thing, and just sort of. I know it's ended this kind of a serious matter with how we've been talking the last 40 minutes. It's like, oh look, there's a cat. Sorry, sorry, that's what I'm like. What's a cat? I'm like,
Hello.
oh yeah.
He's like
Um,
he's like mom, stop.
hell was that? Cat food. I'm done now. No, that's cool. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. As we are now finished with this interview, I think
Me
it's been
too.
a roller coaster, but I think it's been brilliant. Is there anything you want to say, if you want to promote, or even your own social media handles, so people can get up to date with you when you're next going to be blading?
I mean, you never know when I'll be blading. It just might happen. I might just be standing like, ringside being a manager, be like, I got a blade.
If Ric Flair would be like, I'm so proud of this woman. Who is?
Yeah. Well, I don't have much to say except I mean you can follow me on my socials, which on Instagram is Lexi Luxx _pro wrestler.
Hmm.
And on Facebook it is Lexi Luxx pro wrestler. And keep an eye out because I have recently formed a new team. I have become a part of the Merseyside Mercenary Squad with
Nice.
Dana Evans and Scott. So we're gonna be a really powerful team of killers. So if you want to see that, I'd keep an eye.
Awesome. Awesome. I'll be keeping an eye on
Very
myself
much.
to do follow you.
I'm like, I don't know.
No, that's
I'm
cool.
like, I know stuff or something. I
There's
don't
some
know.
people, something might happen. Just follow me. No, that's
Yeah.
cool. I'll follow you. I'm glad I do, and I'll have your social media in the handles Let me try that again. I will have your social media handles in the description below so that the listeners and the fans can follow you and keep up to date with your journey and hopefully see you in ICW with one of your goals. If everyone can like this video, it'd be much appreciated. It's been a good episode. And shout out to the cat as well. If you can subscribe to the channel, that'd be much appreciated. And keep up to date with me on my social media handles in the description below. That'd be great. Just see what I've got lined up next. But for now, everyone, I hope you all have a good week and a good Valentine's Day, because this will be coming out then. Cheap plug, because I know some people are getting mushy on Facebook and Twitter and wherever. Good for them. If you're in love, celebrate it. If you're not, drink. But for now, everyone, I will hope...
I'm going to be drinking.
100%. Football's on. Champions League. Wow, I'm happy. But for now, everyone, take care. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hello, everybody. This is Taya Valkyrie La Güera Loca, 1/3 of the Death Dolls, and you are listening to What Do You Call It? Podcast.
Yeah.